Hello everyone, it is Friday, and on Fridays we are doing our Let's Talk HMOs video series. When I have spoken to Alicia, she wanted to do a video on keyless locks. No idea why. As we said, we are blagging this, so to speak.
You told me to pick a topic.
So pick a topic, yeah. So it seemed a little bit random, but I actually think it's quite a good topic. So should you put keyless locks in your HMOs, or should you just put a normal lock with a key on your bedroom doors? Keyless locks. What do you think?
So we have opted for keyless locks on all of our properties. The main reason being because we wanted to keep at least the inside of our properties as home-like as possible. And obviously when you're in your normal home, you don't often take a key with you to go make a cup of tea or to go make dinner or whatever. So we didn't want tenants to have to think, oh, I've got to remember to take that with me, otherwise I'm going to get locked out my room, or, you know, all that sort of stuff. So something like a keypad, people are used to using keypads to open your phone, to, you know, open even computers now. You can use like pins and whatever, fingerprints and whatever, all those sorts of things. So we wanted to keep it kind of modern and current and as least amount of aggro as possible. So they are quite expensive. I mean, I often keep an eye out for deals on them because normally they retail about £110, and that's without the latch on the back. You've got to buy that separate, which is like another £25 thereabouts.
I'll put a picture somewhere in this video, like right now, what we normally buy. I think about 90 quid on Amazon at the moment.
So I often keep note, if I know we've got a project coming up, I will check every week or so or whatever to see what the price is doing. I think the cheapest I've managed to get them is £75. So it's quite a good saving, really. But yes, we normally buy them around the £80 mark. So try not to buy them at £110 because it's very expensive. And
right, but why are they better? So, less keys for us to hold on to. So we don't have to put a key box inside the house with all the keys for all these properties, having all these property keys cut and whatever. So there's no faffing around with keys and me having even more keys than what I've already got. So I love that. Number two, if someone tries to break into the lock, then or the room, an alarm goes off. So it's like, it's got like a really good tamper alarm on it. It's also like bank grade encrypted as well. If someone puts the wrong pin in, like your phone, it will like lock you out for a certain amount of time as well, which I think is really good. You get a card and a fob as well as your code. So you literally, if you're coming in and you've just got your keys out, you can have the fob on it. You just touch it against the pad, and you're in. You've got they run on 4 AA batteries in the battery pack on the back of the door. If they run out, I mean, obviously it warns you before the battery's going to run out, but if it does run out, so we had this, one of our housemates, she went away on holiday. When she came back, she was like, oh my God, Ollie, I'm locked out, what can I do? And I was like, right, well, I've left you a 9-volt battery downstairs in the cupboard, because I knew this would happen one day. Go grab that, and you just touch it underneath the pad. There's these 2 little bits, and it gives it enough power for them to get in to change the batteries. So that's a brilliant mechanism. What else? Yeah, you can set like 20 different user codes. So obviously the current housemate will only set their own one, but they could have 2. If it was a couple, they might have 2, or 1 for a guest or something. You can
or one for a cleaner, perhaps.
Yeah, we've got a master code that we keep for all of them anyway. But yeah, every time a new tenant moves out, you always use slot number 1, and that just changes it so the previous tenant couldn't ever get back in. What else? I mean, people always comment on how good they are and how good they look and stuff like that. I've always thought, like, what happens if one of them does not work? Which very recently, in the last couple of weeks, we've had 2 not work. And the difference was our builders put the wrong latches on. And we thought, like, oh, do you know what, we'll just leave them. But so it turns out we've got dodgy latches.
Well, hold on. The reason why we left them was because they were bigger than our normal latches. And so by taking them off and putting our normal latches on, it would have meant that there was a gap in the door, which would have looked, not nice. So we left them on thinking, well, we'll give them a go. They might work. So, I mean, it's a latch at the end of the day. Why would it not work? But it turns out they haven't worked.
So I went to open it, and so did a housemate, and two different door this is now. and it just wouldn't open. So the landlord bought a new latch, the one we usually use, a new keyless lock, and put that on the door. Completely works. And then a week or so later, I did it on a different door, and it's completely gone again. So it's got to be the latch. But the good thing is locksmiths have gotten into both doors with no damage. So just like a key, you get a locksmith can get in. So essentially, we really recommend them. You can also put them on front doors. We had a client that we're no longer working with who had them on a front door as well, and I really liked it personally. We haven't opted to put them on our front doors because when you buy a new front door, you get a new lock and key anyway. So we thought there's no point putting the additional cost in. But I really like them on front doors as well. They just look really smart.
But going back to why would someone use keys? I mean, obviously there are different systems so you can use keys. So you can have like a master key system whereby the property manager or landlord or whoever would have the master key and they could get into everyone's bedroom. So you could have 6 locks and the master key would be able to get into all of them, and then the individual tenants would have a key that's specific to their lock, which equally would work. As far as I can remember, because it's a long time since we looked into it, because obviously when we decided on the system that we use, we then haven't we haven't changed everything since then. So we would then with this key, the benefits I guess is that it's simple to use, it's mechanical. You haven't got any of those issues, although a mechanical thing can still break. But if you are doing a viewing, for example, and then a tenant would say, oh, actually, I'm quite interested in another property that you've got. If those 2 properties are not on the same key system, which I think they can be, but if they're not, and you hadn't brought with you that key to that room or whatever it is, you wouldn't be able to then take that opportunity to show somebody another of your properties. Whereas with these locks, because they're literally all a master code that you just remember, and we'd then be able to be proactive and go, yep, can show you that one or show you this one, whatever. Yeah, so that's one of the big things that we like about it as well. We
could be completely wrong. So if you use a master key system or you're using keys and stuff like that, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'd love to have a discussion with you if you think keys are a better way forward.
Well, even goes then down to like maintenance and cleaning. So if you've got a handyman or whoever needs to get into the room, rather than having to come to the office to collect a key to get into the room, they just literally need to have a code, so they'd be able to get in. So it just makes everything like really efficient, really easy.
One less thing to worry about.
But it doesn't what's the word? Like, security is still like paramount. Like it's a really secure system, so it still works.
So leave us a comment if you disagree. But we are the keyless camp. We think they're really good. We wouldn't go to keys personally. I just think, like you said, if you're a housemate and you've got to go to the kitchen, you don't want to bring a key. I almost guess it's like a hotel. When you go out to downstairs for breakfast or a restaurant or whatever, you've got a card normally, so you're kind of used to swiping a card and it feels okay. Could you imagine in a hotel if you had a key to your room? I haven't stayed in a hotel where you've got an actual physical key, have you?
I don't know. It's a key card.
Yeah, it's always a card, isn't it? Which is what we've got on the keyless locks that we have as well as a code. Leave us a comment if you disagree. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video. And if you've got anything you want us to do a video on regarding anything to do with HMOs, then let us know. We've got loads of different random topics that we want to discuss over the coming weeks. But I'm sure as we get into flow, we'll think of something, or this will be completely random every week. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Have a good weekend.